I've always loved canvas backdrops, and we've used them for years for our portrait studio, but I've always wished we had something that was, I don't know, bigger. Thing is they don't make them big enough, so we are gonna make our own. Now, we've actually never painted our own canvas backdrop. This is gonna be a first for us, but I think the first thing we need to do is get all these wrinkles out. So I had to special order this piece of canvas, and it's 14.5 feet wide by 42 feet long, maybe a hair long, but I wanted to make sure that I could actually hang it up on our ceiling and it would follow down the cove and create a nice continuous canvas so that we can photograph dancers dancing on it in this space. That's crazy, man. I think we're gonna need more paint. So I may have underestimated how long it would take to get the wrinkles out of this thing.
Now we are going to just start from the bottom, from the top. We put it on a stand, so it's a little bit easier to, I don't know, to handle. We'll see how it goes.
All right, it's Monday morning, and it's time to paint. We figured we'd go for the extra long, the extra wide roller. And we really don't know how this is gonna go because we're really good at photography, but maybe not so much at painting. And my goal is to just load it up with paint. This is kind of our base coat. Oh, it's gonna take a lot of paint. All right, well, here we are. The first coat took about 5 gallons, so we've got a few more gallons we're gonna do on this second coat. With the second coat, I'm being really careful to try and get it nice and even to have that base layer. So honestly, we really don't know what we're doing. I'm not a professional artist. I'm a photographer. I push buttons. But I do have a YouTube account, and I went and watched a bunch of YouTube videos. In fact, I'll link my favorite video I found. I probably should have tested on something smaller, though. So this isn't a tutorial, but one of the things we have learned is that when you put your paint down again, the canvas becomes a little bit more stretchy. So that's why we're having these guys give some tension on it to help with the wrinkles. And I just think if we can get it stretched out while we paint it, it will dry a little bit flatter with less wrinkles. I'm really happy with how this second coat looked on this canvas. I think it looks great. So now it's for the hard part, the art part. So what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to make a lighted color, mix it with some water, and then we're gonna have a couple different applicators, brushes, sponges, everything to see what we like more. So we're gonna do a test on this bottom area. This is gonna be the section we stand on, so it's okay. If we mess up, we can cover it up, we can do it over. So let's try this. Mix some paint. The brush, I'm not sure if I like that. Let's see. Try a sponge effect. Some people like twirl it like this. All right, we're gonna have to go back and look at the template. Let's go look at it. That's kind of what I want, just that soft transition.
If it was me, I'd be painting this with a paintbrush.
Well, we can get a paintbrush. I just didn't really want to.
The key is both layers kind of have to be wet together for them to blend like that. This, it'll probably be a really soft bristle brush.
Do you think they still water it down?
No. I mean, you think you just play with it and see.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like when I used to oil paint, the only time I would do thinner paint is if I needed to do like lines or something on top of a thicker layer that was already there.
But this is acrylic water-based paint?
Yeah.
I was saying about the acrylic, though, like the principles are still the same.
Let's try to do some with just the straight paint. Hey guys, it's day 2. Obviously we're not done, so we decided to bring in the big guns. You see, Nate Edwards over there has a background in painting. He used to paint in college. So we thought, well, maybe he should teach us the right way to do this.
Grab the sponge.
Nate, what on earth is this?
It's my Choco Tan line.
Oh, that's gross. Can you paint that over?
Hey, that's how you know you're one of nature.
I think Aaron's look is actually better.
So yeah, just dab it like we did these ones over here. More spaced out. Yeah, yeah, kind of like we did that section yesterday. Just dab it. So I have this this brush right here. I'm gonna go back to my Bob Ross days when, and make it just kind of random. Don't be afraid to just put it on and put like multiple next to each other. And then we'll just see. We're just trying to random cross strokes to blend it in a little bit. My grandma, when I was a little kid, she would watch Bob Ross all the time. So this is back when Bob Ross was originally cool. He's still cool, but more trendy cool now. And so she would paint along with Bob Ross, and then when I was a little kid, I got my Bob Ross paint kit, you know. And I had always been drawing and painting, and so I had my Bob Ross brushes, my Bob Ross paints, you know, yellow ochre, cadmium yellow, bright red, you know, all of those.
So Nate, all I really need you to do is paint happy little clouds on all of this.
Oh, if that's what we're doing, that'd make it a lot easier.
Happy little clouds. So here's a spray bottle.
I mean, that, yeah, it doesn't look bad at all, actually. I think I think that we just need a good mixture of smaller drops and bigger drops.
Okay. All right, here we are. Theater Ballet's coming in today, so we're gonna test out the backdrop. So let me just kind of show you our setup. We haven't made brackets for it yet, so we've just put them on big stands, and it's just kind of all the way against the ceiling. And hopefully we can kind of figure out a way to attach it to the beams up here. That's something I want to figure out for our next shoot, because I do want the backdrop to be able to be against the wall and then follow that natural cove down. So I've got a couple of soft boxes just kind of lighting the actual backdrop, and then I have a light up in the ceiling and one on the side that I can switch between to light the dancer. So let's see how it goes. All right, here we go. Let's see it. So I just need more light on it. Okay, so that's E, so E goes up a stop. So this is going to be one that's good with that light. Let's change this.
Okay, can you angle your body just a little more écarté? And then try to look out and down instead of yes. Got it. Yes.
Look at that. Go ahead. It's like this.
Yeah, yep.
So it's just, yeah, it's just you're turned away from us quite a bit. That's better. You want to be looking kind of at that light above your head. Yep. Like that.
Good. Really
Oh, interesting. Okay, so maybe just split the difference between those two down, because that was just a hair too much. There we go. Good. Good, and to go again, start from the forward to back. That's the moment. Good. All right, guys, that was a lot of fun. Theater ballet was awesome. And as you can see, we got some really great shots. We intentionally shot in black and white on the picture style so that they could see that this is how it's going to be appearing in the program. Obviously, there's still the color raw. It's all going to be there, so I could do color or black and white, but it was helpful to be able to see it like this. But the backdrop worked perfectly. The size was great. It didn't slip on the floor when the dancers were moving on it, and it gave me a lot of freedom of movement to light them the way I wanted to light them. So here's a couple of the examples of pictures we got today. As you can see, some great variety, being able to accommodate different lighting styles that I wanted to do. It was a lot of fun to create the backdrop on our own, something I never had tried to do. It was really rewarding, but it was really hard. Try it out. It's kind of fun, and you can make whatever you want. After having shot with it for a few hours, I think I would like to maybe just soften even just the pattern just a little bit more, maybe hit it with another coat of maybe darker paint, just really lightly, just to kind of soften some of those edges a little bit more. But I'm really pleased with how it turned out. So hopefully you guys enjoy that and try it out for yourself.